In a small town where the sun painted the sky in warm hues each evening, Alara Drax felt a heavy weight on her heart. It had been months since her best friend, Jake Carter, had moved away. They had been inseparable since childhood, sharing laughter, secrets, and dreams. But now, the distance between them felt like an endless chasm, and Alara was left feeling broken. Every day, she would walk through the streets they once roamed together. The park where they played as kids seemed emptier without him. Alara would sit on their favorite bench, staring at the swings that swayed gently in the breeze, remembering the carefree days when they would swing as high as they could, imagining they were flying. Now, all she felt was an aching loneliness. Alara had always been the strong one, the one who encouraged Jake to take risks and follow his dreams. But when he left, she felt lost. She remembered their last conversation, how he promised to stay in touch, but life had a way of pulling people in different directions. As the days turned into weeks, Ilara's hope of reconnecting faded. She felt like a ship lost at sea, adrift and without a compass. One evening, while sitting on the bench, Ilara pulled out her phone and stared at the screen. She had his number, but the thought of reaching out made her anxious. What would she say? Would he even want to talk to her? The fear of rejection held her back. She sighed, closing her eyes, wishing she could hear his voice just one more time. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow across the park, Alara made a decision. She would send him a message. It was a small step, but it felt monumental. Taking a deep breath, she typed, "Hey, Jake, I've been thinking about you a lot. I miss you. Hope you're doing well." After hitting send, she stared at the screen, her heart racing. Would he respond? Minutes felt like hours as she waited, anxiety bubbling inside her. Just when she began to doubt her decision, her phone buzzed. "Hey, Alara. I miss you too. Things have been crazy here. How's everything back home?" A wave of relief washed over her. She typed back quickly, sharing stories of their hometown, the changes, and how much she missed their adventures. The conversation flowed easily, as if no time had passed at all. They talked about everything and nothing, laughing over shared memories and dreaming about future adventures. As the days turned into weeks, their connection deepened. They began video calling every weekend, and Alara learned about Jake's new life in the city. He described the tall buildings, the bustling streets, and the new friends he was making. Alara found herself smiling again, feeling the warmth of their friendship rekindle. Despite the distance, their bond felt strong. One night, as they spoke under the glow of the moon, Alara felt a surge of courage. "You know, Jake, I've been thinking I want to visit you. I want to see this city you've been telling me about." Jake's eyes lit up on the screen. "Really? That would be amazing. I'd love to show you around. We can explore everything together." Alara's heart raced at the thought of reconnecting in person. It felt like a dream, but she quickly reminded herself that dreams could come true with a little effort. They made plans, and Alara started counting down the days until her visit. When the day finally arrived, Alara was filled with excitement and nerves. She boarded the bus, her heart fluttering with anticipation. The journey felt long, but every passing mile brought her closer to Jake. She imagined the moment they would see each other again, the hugs, the laughter, and the comfort of being together. Once more, as the bus pulled into the city, Alara gazed out the window in awe. The towering buildings reached for the sky, and the streets buzzed with life. She felt a mix of wonder and anxiety, but she pushed her fears aside. She was here to reconnect with her best friend. Jake was waiting for her at the bus station. A bright smile on his face. The moment she saw him, all her worries melted away. They ran to each other, and when they embraced, it felt like coming home. Alara could hardly believe they were finally together again, after so long. Welcome to my new world, Jake exclaimed, his excitement contagious. He took her hand and led her through the bustling streets, showing her the sights and sounds of the city. They laughed and shared stories, just like old times. Elara felt alive, her spirits soaring with every moment spent together. As they explored, Elara realized that the distance between them had only strengthened their bond. They had both grown, experienced different lives, but the foundation of their friendship remained unshakable. She felt empowered by this realization, knowing that true connections could withstand the test of time and distance. On their last night together, they sat on the rooftop of Jake's apartment, gazing at the stars. The city lights twinkled below, and Elara felt a sense of peace enveloping her. "I'm so glad I came," she said, her voice soft. "I was scared I would lose you." Jake turned to her, sincerity in his eyes. "You could never lose me, Elara. We're in this together, no matter the distance. You've always been my anchor." Tears of joy filled Elara's eyes. She realized that even when they were apart, their friendship remained a source of strength. They had both faced challenges, but together they could overcome anything. As she prepared to head back home, Elara felt a new sense of hope. She knew that life would bring changes, but she was ready to embrace them. No matter where they were, she and Jake would always find a way to reconnect. Their friendship was a legend in its own right, one that would continue to inspire them both. In the end, Elara understood that though she had felt broken when Jake moved away, their journey had made her stronger. They had turned distance into a bridge, and she was no longer afraid of what lay ahead. Together, they would face the future, their bond unbreakable, and their story a testament to the power of friendship. After returning from her visit to the city, Elara Drax stood at the edge of her small town, feeling a mix of emotions. The time spent with Jake had reignited a spark in her heart, but as she looked around at the familiar streets, she couldn't shake the feeling of emptiness that lingered. The laughter they shared echoed in her mind, but now she was back to her daily routine, and the distance felt heavy again. Elara had always been a dreamer. Growing up, she and Jake would spend hours talking about their futures, imagining all the adventures they would have. But now, with him living far away, those dreams felt distant too. She missed the comfort of their conversations, the way Jake could make her laugh, even on the toughest days. The thought of losing that connection scared her more than anything. As days turned into weeks, Elara found herself often staring at her phone. She wanted to reach out, to share her thoughts and feelings like they used to, but she hesitated. What if he was too busy? What if he had moved on? The fear of rejection loomed over her like a dark cloud. Each time she picked up her phone, she would type a message, but delete it before sending. She felt trapped in her own mind, longing for that connection, but unsure how to bridge the gap. One evening, Elara decided to take a walk to clear her head. The sun was setting, casting a warm orange glow over the town. As she walked through the park, she passed the bench where she and Jake had shared countless stories. Memories flooded back, their laughter, their dreams, and the promise they made to always stay connected. Feeling a surge of determination, she sat on the bench and pulled out her phone again. This time, she wrote a longer message. "Hey, Jake, I've been thinking about you a lot since I got back. I miss our talks and all the fun we had. How have you been?" With a deep breath, she hit send. Heart racing, she waited. Minutes felt like hours, but then her phone buzzed. "Hey, Elara, I miss you too. Things have been busy, but I'm doing well. Let's catch up." A wave of relief washed over her. It felt good to know he was thinking of her too. They quickly fell into a rhythm of texting and calling again. Each conversation reminded Elara of the special bond they shared, and her heart swelled with hope. One day, While chatting over video call, Jake said, "You know, we should do something special together, even from a distance. How about a virtual movie night?" Alara's eyes lit up. "That sounds fun. We can pick a movie and watch it at the same time. Just like old times." They spent the next few days planning their movie night. They chose a classic adventure film they both loved, the kind that let them laugh and dream together. On the night of the event, they set up their spaces, snacks in hand, and logged into their call. As the movie started, they laughed together, commenting on the scenes and sharing memories of their childhood. After the movie, they talked late into the night. Alara felt lighter, the distance between them shrinking with every shared laugh and story. It was as if the miles melted away, and she was sitting right next to him again. "I'm so glad we did this," Jake said, his face glowing on the screen. "It feels like you're right here with me." "Me too. I've missed this so much." Alara replied, her heart full as their calls continued. Alara started to think about how she could take their connection further. She wanted to do something meaningful, something that showed Jake how much he meant to her. Then an idea struck her. "Jake, what if I start a blog?" She suggested one day. "I can write about our adventures, our dreams, and share them with the world. It could be our way of staying connected and inspiring others." Jake's eyes brightened. "That's an amazing idea. You've always had asterisk." As Alara Drax stood at the bus station, waiting for Jake's arrival, her heart raced with excitement and nervousness. It had been months since their last visit, and she was eager to see her best friend again. The memories of their movie nights and long conversations had kept her spirits high, but nothing could compare to being together in person. When she finally spotted him, stepping off the bus with a big smile on his face, Alara felt a rush of happiness. They rushed toward each other, and when they embraced, it felt like no time had passed at all. The warmth of their friendship enveloped her, and she knew in that moment that they could overcome any distance. "Wow, it's good to be back," Jake exclaimed as they pulled away from the hug. "I've missed this place, and more importantly, I've missed you." "I've missed you too," Alara replied, her eyes sparkling with joy. "We have so much to catch up on." They spent the first day exploring their favorite spots around town. They visited the park where they had shared countless memories, and Alara felt a sense of nostalgia wash over her as they settled onto their favorite bench. The swings creaked in the gentle breeze, reminding them of their childhood adventures. "Remember when we used to race to see who could swing the highest?" Jake laughed. "Of course," Alara chuckled. "I always let you win." "Yeah, right. You were just trying to be nice," he teased, nudging her playfully. As they reminisced, Alara felt a warm glow inside. It was as if the distance between them had melted away. They talked about everything: Jake's life in the city, his new friends, and how he was adjusting to his new job. Alara shared stories about her blog and how it had grown, inspiring others with their story of friendship. Jake listened intently, pride shining in his eyes. "You've really turned your experience into something amazing, Alara. You're helping others feel less alone, and that's incredible." Alara felt a surge of confidence from his encouragement. "I couldn't have done it without you. Our friendship gave me the strength to start." As the sun began to set, painting the sky in beautiful shades of orange and pink, Alara felt a sense of peace. She realized how important it was to have someone who believed in her. But deep down, she still felt the weight of uncertainty. Would their friendship stay strong once Jake went back to the city? Later that evening, they sat on the rooftop of Alara's house, gazing at the stars. The city lights twinkled in the distance, but up here, it felt like they were in their own little world. "Do you ever worry about what happens when we're apart?" Alara asked, her voice soft. Jake turned to her, his expression thoughtful. "Sometimes, but I believe our friendship is strong enough to handle the distance." We just have to keep making an effort to stay connected. Ilara nodded, feeling reassured by his words. I want to keep sharing my stories and adventures with you, no matter how far apart we are. Absolutely, and I'll do the same, Jake promised. We can make our own traditions, even from a distance. The idea of creating new traditions excited Ilara. What if we have a monthly challenge? We could pick a theme and share our experiences on it. Jake's eyes lit up. That's brilliant. We can challenge each other to try new things and then share our stories. It'll keep our friendship alive and exciting. As they discussed their plans, Ilara felt a spark of hope. They were taking control of their friendship, turning any potential distance into an opportunity for growth. Their bond was becoming a legend in its own right, a story of resilience and connection. The next day, Ilara and Jake decided to start their first challenge, exploring something new in their respective towns. They agreed to find a hidden gem, something they had never experienced before, and share their findings with each other through photos and stories. As Jake prepared to head back to the city, Ilara felt a bittersweet twinge in her heart. She wanted him to stay, but she also knew that their friendship had the power to endure. They promised to keep in touch, and Ilara felt a renewed sense of hope as they hugged goodbye. Once Jake returned to the city, they both dove into their challenge. Ilara explored a local art exhibit where she discovered vibrant paintings that spoke to her soul. She took photos and wrote about her experience, capturing the emotions that the artwork stirred within her. Meanwhile, Jake uncovered a hidden cafe in his neighborhood, known for its delicious pastries and cozy atmosphere. He snapped pictures of the mouth-watering treats and wrote a heartfelt review, describing how the cafe felt like a little slice of happiness amidst the busy city life. The day came for them to share their discoveries. Ilara felt a flutter of excitement. She initiated a video call, eager to see Jake's reaction to her adventure. Hey, Ilara, I can't wait to hear about your hidden gem, Jake said, his enthusiasm contagious. Ilara smiled, holding up her phone to show him the photos of the art exhibit. Look at these amazing paintings. They made me feel so inspired. I wrote about how art can connect us, even when we're far apart. Jake's face lit up as he scrolled through the pictures. These are incredible. I love how you captured the emotions. It's like I was there with you. Now it's your turn, Ilara said, eager to hear about Jake's cafe experience. Jake shared his photos, and Ilara could almost taste the pastries through the screen. This place was so cozy, and the coffee was amazing. I wrote about how finding joy in the little things can make a big difference. As they exchanged stories, Ilara felt a deep sense of fulfillment. They were creating something beautiful together, turning their experiences into shared memories that would last a lifetime. Their friendship was not just surviving, it was flourishing. Days turned into weeks, and their monthly challenges continued to strengthen their bond. They swapped stories, photos, and laughter, reminding each other that they were never truly alone. Ilara felt empowered, knowing that she had the ability to keep their friendship alive, no matter the distance. One evening, while writing her latest blog post about their challenges, Ilara had an idea. She decided to invite her readers to join them in their monthly challenges. She wrote, Asterisk, friendship is a journey, and I want to share this adventure with all of you. Join me and my friend Jake as we explore new experiences no matter where we are. Let's make memories together. Asterisk Ass. She published the post. Ilara felt a surge of excitement. This was a chance to inspire others to reconnect with friends and create lasting bonds, just like she and Jake had. Soon, her blog began to attract more readers, and people started sharing their own stories of friendship and distance. Ilara felt a sense of purpose growing within her. She was not only documenting her journey, but also helping others find hope and connection. When Jake called her later that week, he was thrilled to hear about her idea. "This is amazing, Elara. You're turning your journey into something bigger. I'm so proud of you. You inspire me, Jake. Our friendship is the foundation of this project." Elara replied, her heart full. Together, they continued to challenge each other and their readers, proving that distance could never diminish the strength of their friendship. They were creating a legacy of hope, turning their struggles into a story that resonated with many. As Elara sat on the same park bench where they had shared so many memories, she looked up at the stars shimmering in the night sky. She felt a deep sense of gratitude for Jake and the journey they were on together, no matter where life took them. She knew their friendship would remain a legend, one that would inspire others to believe in the power of connection and the magic of hope. Elara Drax sat at her desk, staring at her laptop screen with a mixture of excitement and anxiety. It had been a few weeks since she invited her readers to join her and Jake in their monthly challenges, and the response had been overwhelming. Messages of encouragement poured in, filled with stories of friendship and distance. People were eager to share their own experiences, and Elara felt a sense of purpose growing within her. But even with this newfound sense of community, she still felt a pang of longing for Jake. Their regular video calls and challenges kept their friendship strong, but Elara missed the simple moments they shared in person, the laughter, the inside jokes, and the comfort of being together. She often found herself daydreaming about their adventures, wishing she could bridge the gap between their two worlds. One evening, as she prepared for their monthly challenge, Elara received an unexpected message from Jake. "Hey, Elara. I have an idea for our next challenge. Let's create something together, like a project that combines our stories and the stories of our readers." Elara's heart raced at the thought. This could be an incredible opportunity to deepen their connection and involve their growing community. She quickly typed back, "That sounds amazing. What did you have in mind?" Jake replied, "How about we create a digital scrapbook? We can gather stories, photos, and drawings from our readers and combine them with our own experiences. It could be a beautiful way to celebrate friendship." Elara loved the idea. This project could showcase the power of connection and how friendships could thrive even from a distance. She felt inspired and eager to get started. "This is going to be legendary," she said aloud, her excitement bubbling over. Over the next few days, Elara worked diligently on the digital scrapbook project. She reached out to her readers, inviting them to share their stories of friendship, how they had stayed. Elara Drax sat at her desk, surrounded by the colorful pages of the digital scrapbook she had created with Jake. The launch party had been a huge success, and her heart still swelled with joy from the connection they had shared with their readers. But even as she celebrated this achievement, she couldn't shake the feeling of distance that lingered between her and Jake. Although they spoke regularly and collaborated on their project, Elara missed the deeper connection they used to have. The thought of losing that spark worried her. She wanted to do more than just share stories and challenges. She wanted to feel close to Jake in a way that transcended the miles between them. One evening, while scrolling through the photos from the scrapbook, Elara came across a picture of her and Jake from their childhood. They were beaming, arms around each other, standing in front of their favorite park swing set. A wave of nostalgia washed over her. She remembered all the dreams they had shared, the adventures they planned, and the laughter that filled their days. Suddenly, an idea struck her. What if they could recreate some of those childhood moments, even from afar? They could set up challenges that connected them to their past, reminding them of the bond that had always been there. Excited by the thought, she quickly grabbed her phone and messaged Jake. "Hey, Jake. I have an idea for our next challenge. Let's recreate some of our favorite childhood memories and share them with each other." Within minutes, Jake replied. Asterisk, that sounds awesome. I love it. What do you have in mind? Asterisk, Elara's heart raced. She started listing ideas, visiting their old park, trying the games they used to play, and even cooking their favorite childhood meals. She remembered how they had spent countless afternoons building forts out of blankets and pretending they were explorers on a grand adventure. I want us to feel that joy again, Elara said aloud as she typed. Let's reconnect with our inner children. Jake responded with enthusiasm. Asterisk, I'm all in. Let's make a list of memories to recreate and share photos of each one. This will be legendary. Asterisk, as they brainstormed, Elara felt the warmth of hope filling her heart. They began to plan their first recreated memory, a picnic at their favorite park. Elara decided she would prepare the same snacks they loved: peanut butter sandwiches, fruit, and lemonade. On the day of the picnic, Elara woke up early, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. She packed a basket with the snacks, just like they used to do, and set off to the park. As she arrived, the familiar sights and sounds flooded her with memories. The swings creaked in the wind, and the sun shone brightly, just as it had in their childhood. Elara found a cozy spot under a large tree and laid out the blanket. She took a deep breath, feeling the warmth of the sun on her face. It felt like a step back in time. Pulling out her phone, she sent a video message to Jake. Asterisk, hey, Jake. I'm here at the park, just like old times. I've set up our picnic. Wish you were here. Asterisk, after sending the message, she took a moment to soak in the atmosphere. She could almost hear Jake's laughter and feel his presence beside her. While enjoying her picnic, Elara thought about how much she wanted to share this experience with him. She started to take photos of the food, the park, and even the swings. She wanted to capture everything, just as they had done when they were kids. Back in the city, Jake received Elara's video message and felt a rush of nostalgia. He quickly replied, Asterisk, I wish I could be there. This looks amazing. I'll recreate the picnic here too. Asterisk, Jake headed to a local park, gathering his own picnic items. He picked up the same snacks Elara had and found a spot under a tree. As he set up the picnic, he felt a wave of happiness wash over him. The memories of their adventures flooded back, and he realized how much he missed those carefree days. After enjoying his picnic, Jake took pictures and sent them to Elara. They exchanged messages throughout the day, sharing jokes and memories, making it feel like they were together again. The next challenge was to recreate their favorite childhood game, hide and seek. Elara suggested they do this virtually. They could play video call, taking turns hiding and seeking in their own homes. On the night of the game, Elara set up her laptop in her living room. She cleared some space, ready to run around. When Jake joined the call, he was filled with excitement. I can't believe we're doing this. Let's see who can hide the best. Elara laughed, feeling a sense of joy she hadn't experienced in a long time. All right, I'll go first. You have to count to 20. As Jake covered his eyes and began to count, Elara quickly found a spot behind the couch. She could hear him laughing as he counted, and her heart felt light. The thrill of the game reminded her of their playful childhood, and she cherished every moment. After a few rounds, they both fell into fits of laughter. Elara realized how much this simple game was helping them reconnect. They were sharing joy and laughter, just like they did when they were kids. When the game ended, Elara felt a sense of fulfillment. I didn't realize how much I needed this, she confessed. It feels so good to be reminded of our childhood and to laugh together again. Jake agreed, his eyes bright with happiness. We should do this more often. It's like we're traveling back in time, and it makes me feel closer to you. As the weeks passed, their challenges continued to bring them closer. They recreated more memories, cooking their favorite meals building blanket forts in their living rooms, and even having movie nights with the films they loved as kids. Each experience deepened their connection, and Alara felt the distance between them shrinking. One day, Alara received a package in the mail. Confused, she opened it to find a beautifully crafted scrapbook. Inside were photos of their childhood, memories, along with notes and drawings that Jake had made. Each page was filled with love and nostalgia. Tears filled Alara's eyes as she flipped through the scrapbook. It was a reminder of their friendship and the journey they had taken together. She quickly picked up her phone and called Jake. "Jake, thank you so much for this. It's beautiful," she exclaimed, her voice filled with emotion. "I'm glad you liked it. I thought it would be a nice way to keep our memories alive," he replied. Alara felt a rush of gratitude. "You've made me realize how important it is to cherish our friendship. Even though we're apart, we can still create beautiful memories together." Jake's voice was warm and reassuring. "Exactly. Our friendship is strong enough to withstand anything. We just have to keep finding ways to connect." As they continued to share their lives through challenges, messages, and heartfelt exchanges, Alara felt a transformation within herself. She had turned her feelings of sadness and distance into something powerful. She was no longer just a girl longing for connection. She was a woman who had made her friendship a legend. Sitting on her bed, surrounded by their scrapbook, Alara smiled. She knew that no matter where life took them, their bond would remain unbreakable. Together, they had created a story of hope, laughter, and love, a story that would inspire others to cherish their friendships, no matter the distance. Alara Drax sat by her window, watching the rain fall gently against the glass. The rhythmic sound of raindrops created a soothing atmosphere, but inside her heart, she felt a mix of emotions. Although she had been reconnecting with Jake through their monthly challenges and cherished memories, a lingering sense of sadness remained. The distance still weighed heavily on her, and she wanted to do something more to bridge that gap. Over the past few weeks, they had created beautiful memories together, recreating their childhood adventures, laughing during video calls, and sharing heartfelt stories through their scrapbook project. Each experience brought them closer, but Alara longed for the comfort of being together in person. She missed their spontaneous outings, the feeling of his presence beside her, and the way they could share moments without a screen between them. As she sat there, an idea began to form in her mind. What if she could surprise Jake with a visit? She had been saving some money from her part-time job, and she could use it for a bus ticket to the city. The thought excited her, but also scared her. What if he was busy? What if he had changed? Alara knew she had to take the leap, though. There. Friendship was worth it. With determination, Alara grabbed her phone and messaged Jake. "Hey, I've been thinking, what if I came to visit you in the city?" She hit send and held her breath, waiting for his response. Moments later, her phone buzzed. "Are you serious? That would be amazing. I'd love to see you." Alara felt a rush of happiness. She quickly made her plans, booking a bus ticket for the following weekend. As the days passed, her excitement grew. She envisioned all the things they could do together, exploring the city, visiting new cafes, and simply enjoying each other's company. When the day of her trip arrived, Alara woke up early, her heart racing with anticipation. She packed a small bag with clothes, snacks, and a few surprises for Jake. On the bus ride to the city, she couldn't help but smile, imagining their reunion. As the bus pulled into the city, Alara felt a mix of nervousness and excitement. She stepped off the bus and took a deep breath, soaking in the vibrant atmosphere around her. The city was alive with people, sounds, and colors. She quickly made her way to Jake's apartment, her heart pounding with every step. When she finally reached his building, she took a moment to gather her thoughts.